Hello, two heads up here. Welcome to another Making Money with PVM guide. This time it's cave horrors. Very great way not only to make money, but a great way to get experience if you're down here to camp these for the long haul. So let's get started. Now there are two methods of killing cave horrors. One, of course, is killing them for the black masks. And two, and the second way is killing them for clue scrolls, and these are actually require two different inventory setups. So, the one I'm doing is camping for black masks, is bring a bunch of alks, so just bring a bunch of fire runes. They drop plenty of nature runes, so you don't have to bring any of those. And bring some Bones to Peaches tabs, along with a ton of supersets. And that's basically your inventory. If you bring DBA supersets, not only will you save money, you will save inventory space. So definitely recommend doing that. Try and get into a high pop world, like World 1 if it's free. This is another good spot. There's a spot to the northeast of here that's great. But I hopped several times trying to find a free world, and they've all been taken. So I'm just going to kill them here, and it isn't that bad. They're still pretty bunched up, and there's a lot together here. So this spot's great, and this is where I usually kill them anyways. Talk about armor and setup. These guys use both magic-based melee and regular melee attacks, so you need a good combination of high magic defense to melee defense. So where you can do that with either Dragonhide or Carols. You don't need to shell out Carols to do cave horrors. Dragonhide's perfectly fine because Dragonhide actually has higher melee defense than Carols does. So I've tried them both, and you know they work pretty much the same. When I put on the Carols, yeah, I get more magic defense, but sometimes I get comboed out with melee. Let's talk about the Ring of Wealth and drop table, of course. So, the Ring of Wealth will not help you with clue drops, unfortunately, because clue drops are dropped along with other things. They aren't in the rare drop table. But the rare drop table for this monster includes an adamant full helm, an adamant kite shield, and a black mask. And of course, out of all those three drops, the black mask is the rarest. So if you wear a Ring of Wealth, it increases your chances of when you finally get access to that rare drop table, instead of getting a fucking adamant full helm, you get a black mask, which is what you want. So it may be tempting to bring your Berserker ring or your Warrior ring here, but I definitely recommend wearing a Ring of Wealth, at least here. Sacrifice some experience for some money, which is why you're here in the first place. So that's the first method. Bring some Bones to Peaches tabs and everything. Do not use prayer here. Do not protect melee prayer here, unless if you're on a Slayer task and you just want to get it done in one trip, which you should be able to do anyways if you have halfway decent stats and a halfway decent setup. I don't recommend using prayer because it costs too much money. Simple as that. Second setup is going for the clue scrolls. Now, these guys are often overlooked as they are some of the most frequent droppers for clue scrolls in all of RuneScape, right up next to jellies. I mean, you can kill less than a dozen of these things. You can kill less than 5 of these things when you first get here and get a clue scroll, which is pretty sick. Setup includes 2 to 3 DBA supersets. You don't even need to bring Bones to Peaches tabs, just a full inventory of monks. You don't need to bring alks, so screw the fire runes. And you just stay here till you get a clue scroll. As soon as you get a clue scroll, you leave and go into it, and then come back, just like you would at jellies. So which one do I recommend? Personally, doing clue scrolls just for money is not my thing because I sacrifice experience. Why I like, personally, why I like PVM for a source of money is, you know, I'm getting experience at the same time, along with like seeing, you know, my eyes popping when I see, you know, some good loot on the ground. Black Mask is still a pretty exciting drop. So when you do Clue Scroll, you don't get combat experience. You'll get experience of any kind, maybe some teleport rune experience, but you know, that's if you use teleport runes and not tabs. And yeah, that's all I have to say about Cave Horrors. Try and get in the high pop world and claim your spot. This is my territory. I should have told that guy to piss off, but you know, I'm a nice and handsome gentleman, so I have restraint. So, I believe that's all I have to say about Cave Horrors. As money per hour, it really depends. If you get some Snapdragon Seeds, Snapdragon Seeds, I think is like, from personal experience, around 1 in 50 kills. Snapdragon Seeds are around 40k each. So if you don't get Black Masks, you'll still get Alks, and you'll still get Snapdragon Seeds, which are great, obviously. I even got a Torstal Seed last time I was here, but unfortunately those aren't worth too much. So, gold per hour, it's got to be around like 150k an hour, but you get a good amount of combat experience. This really depends on how lucky you are with the clues and how lucky you are with the Black Mask drops. Let's talk about a cannon actually briefly before I leave you guys. So the spot to the northeast of here is a common cannoning spot, and many people are tempted to use a cannon there. It's a good idea if you get them for Slayer task and you just want quick Slayer experience. But other than that, a cannon is not a very cost-effective way to kill these guys. And the reason that is because they don't have a lot of health. God, I think they only have 50 health. So you can't even, like 2 cannonball hits will be like a 30 and a 25. And that's wasting experience, you know. You want to use your cannonballs on something with a lot of health. So you can get high range hits and the most amount of range experience possible. At least that's my opinion. But it's a very educated opinion. So I don't recommend using cannon here, long story short. As always with PVM, it's about how cost effectively you can kill something, and a cannon just simply is not cost effective. And I promise you that's all I have to say about Cave Horrors now. I pretty much covered everything. So thanks again for watching. This helped you out and this was a good idea. Leave it a like. Once again, I'd say around 150k gold an hour when you average the drops, Snapdragon Seed drops, Black Masks, or Clue Scrolls. I'll see you next time, guys.